Alright, so this is the VISEART Neutral Matte Palette. I just got right down to business. Did you like that? The bottom row here is a few, I don't know, skin tone shades, warm shades, and then cool shades at the top. The black one goes unused in every palette that I have because I just make a mess with it, so I won't talk too much about that one. But the rest of this palette is awesome. If you don't like mattes, like me, I don't like mattes. I never gravitate towards them. I'm not someone who buys a palette and I'm like, there's no mid-tone browns or crease shades or brow bone shades. Like, I really don't care about that. The mattes and palettes bother me. I don't like them. Usually, for like, I noticed in the Too Faced palette, I should have brought it to show you. In those Too Faced 9-pan palettes, there's always like these giant ones on the side that are like boring shades, and they make them the biggest shades, the most boring big shades you've ever seen. So I don't like mattes. I don't gravitate towards them. I think they're boring. I don't get what they're for. I've never found the use for a crease shade or a brow bone shade. I don't get it. Is that enough of this? Okay. So when I impulsively bought this, and I don't regret it for a second. If you don't like mattes, this will change your mind about mattes. It's excellent. I find myself using this little baby here all the time. All the freaking time, and I genuinely thought I would never reach for it or want to use it. I don't put these on with my fingers, and I put most eyeshadows on with my fingers because I like the pigmentation I get. I like that I can control where it goes. I find when I use a brush to put on shadows, I just make the fallout everywhere. I make a mess. I just don't know what I'm doing. So I use brushes mostly to blend out shades or to kind of put a color like over here somewhere, but I don't use brushes for eyeshadow very often. So with this one, I don't use my fingers at all, which I found weird, but I just like the look of it better with the brush, and they blend out like a freaking dream. I will say though, if you use eyeshadow primer, or you put concealer or foundation on your eyelids, like to cancel out veins and all that kind of stuff, let it dry 100% before you put these eyeshadows on. If you put them on any sort of tacky base, like a primer that's not set all the way in, these will kind of stick and be hard to blend. But I find that with any eyeshadow, if you try putting it on your like moist, your wet eyelid with the primer or something, they're gonna stick on there. So this will do that, but I find that with most eyeshadows. So this is freaking awesome. If you don't like mattes, or you find mattes patchy, streaky, you put them on, they kind of stick right where you put them and then they don't move, this will change your mind. This will freaking change your mind. I loved it so much. Like, I literally am barely touching these. I'm not even one for swatches, but I have to show you some of these just because I think because of the internet, right? Like, I have to show you some. They look amazing. Like, they swatch well, which I don't really care if a product swatches well. The only thing that matters is how it works on your eyes with the brushes that you like, with your techniques. That's really what matters. This is awesome. The palette is really what you see is what you get. I know Emily Noel 83 said the same thing about these palettes. What you see is what you get. If you want that exact color on your lids, that's the color you're going to get. You're not going to get a watered down version. You're not going to get something that's kind of like, oh, I wanted that dark gray, but I had to build it up to like forever to get it. You will literally get that exact shade. If you want that exact orange right there, that's exactly what you're going to get. This is so freaking good. I love it so much. I've been loving matte shadows, matte looks on my eyes. I think because I went so long with not liking them or using them. I loved it. If you're thinking about getting this, I will say though, if you already have mattes that you love and that you love to use all the time, you probably don't need it. But if you're like me, someone who hates matte shadows, I hate when there's too many shades that are like this in palettes. Like, that was weird. I hate these shades in palettes. When there's a big old giant pan of a shade like this, I'm like, what a waste of space. So if you're like that, you only like shimmers, pearls, and glitters and stuff like that, this will change your mind. It's amazing. I did buy it on Beautylish with the 3 payments though, because I didn't want to spend that much on it. But I did have it. I've had it for 3 months. I don't regret it for a second. I did recently get the Sultry Muse palette because I liked this one so much. And I don't know. There's a couple, I'm not even a couple, a few shades in that palette that are kind of like that. That's how I feel about them. So I'm still working with that one. In 3 months, I guess I'll give you a review because I've had this for 3 months. It's awesome. I don't have anything bad to say about it, to be honest. Yeah, that's it. I freaking love this palette, and I recommend it. If you hate mattes and you want something to change your mind, that's going to do it. That's it. That's all I got. See you in another video. I got to go, you know, investigate that sound that just happened. See you later. Goodbye.